So again, you rhythm edit, press enter for step, advance your steps. We're watching the measures here. 12 was the last step. We're going to advance that to 54 and put in fill 1, then the 13th step, and we'll go back, just put in V1 again. Again, just all you have to do is, again, you press the exit button, you press the X button again, it saves it. Let's rewind back to 48. So this is a point, a very important point here. I'm going to show you that always the last pattern that you put in will loop continuously until you stop. So what I do here for the end of the song is rewind this back. So at bar 60, so what we're going to do is the break. Let's say press the rhythm edit. So, step mode, you press enter, and advance this, be step 14 at 62, and there's one pattern here called break, and that's all the way at the end. And what it is, it's a break. This like silence, and you would just press the exit button, press the X button again, and it would save it. Let's see what this sounds like. I'll get back to 57. Yeah, that's stop. That's it. Okay, bouncing the tracks for final mix down. So after we have the drums and everything done, and we got the guitar and bass, so what I want to do is bounce the tracks for final. You don't have to, but for final mix down, that's what you usually would want to do. You have to bounce the tracks to get the drums to print. The drums will not print until you record them. So you want to go up here to the record mode button. You're going to press that, and you see that the bounce light is on. You also see here that this tells you that the guitar bass, the guitar track, the bass track, and the rhythm tracks will be bounced to tracks 7/8 is lit, and that's virtual track 1. This is a really great feature to BR series are the virtual tracks. Each of the 8 tracks here have 8 virtual tracks, so you have like a total of 64 tracks, although you don't need playback 8 tracks at a time. So you listen to this first, just listen to this and adjust the guitar and bass tracks that we have on tracks 1 and 2, the rhythm track, the sounds. For right now, we'll move this master volume back down a little bit. Bass track is a little bit low because I didn't adjust it for like I normally would do. Usually I would use my P bass for a bass track anyway. Okay, let's stop it. Let's say for instance we wanted to add a little bit of EQ, maybe EQ that bass just a little bit. You hit the pan EQ loop effects button. That's lit. So then you have your menu here, and use the right and left cursor buttons, and scroll over to you have EQ. You will press enter. So it defaults. It never has EQ on, so you have to actually turn it. Since we have the bass on track 2, I can press track 2 here, and you see the courses that's linking on the track 2. Turn the time value button so you have on and off. Now you have to use the down cursor button, and this will give you your low gain EQ and your low frequency EQ. So let's listen to this bass here. Then I'm going to turn the guitar and rhythm tracks down. So you can turn the gain up, you can hear how that sounds. The high frequencies here. If you press the down cursor again, then you get the high gain. You hear that changes. And here I like to, just the human ear, guitar cabinets don't project real high frequency, so for a little bit more natural sound, I like to use the EQ about 500 Hertz for the bass line. So bring the guitar up a little bit. Bring the drums track up. Okay. So you would just press exit, or you can just press the utility button too. And that will store those settings for that. I always have to add just a little bit of reverb to the drum. So you would press the pan EQ loop effects. Scroll over to reverb, press the enter button. The reverb always defaults at 10. I don't know, they should always default to 0, but it always puts a little bit of reverb on. If you use the left and right cursor button, that will take you down what says the rhythm sensor. You can add about 20. Yeah, about 20 on the drums. And again, you can just press the pan EQ button or press the exit button, and it takes you right back, so you can hear the drums now. So you can hear a little bit reverb on the drums, kind of opens them up just a little bit. Bring the bass up, and bring the guitar up. Okay. So now we're ready. So now we have the level set. You bring the volume up. You want to make sure that you press 0 to go back to the beginning of the track. And you would hit the record button. Let me turn these speakers down just a little bit. And when you hit play, it's going to bounce the guitar and bass and drums will be printed, and they will be on track 78V1. Try to speak it up a little bit more. These are my little Swan T1 speakers. They're really neat for this kind of stuff. So I'm not going to record all this. Maybe just about a minute. Okay, let's stop it right here at a minute. So I stopped it, and you can see now it will tell you at the next beat. It automatically goes to the next beat track. So you have to see these virtual tracks as you have your row of tracks here, and then each track will have a column down. So a virtual track. So make sure again you always want to press 0, put it back to 0, and we can actually list. So now the tracks are, you see that yellow is flashing orange green. It means that there's data on the track. If you raise this up, you can hear the bounce track.